Greetings, greetings, greetings. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Appreciate you. Salute to everybody. Good morning on my side of town, and hope you're good. Hope you're in your car and you're listening to the sound of the voice of the morning. And this is not WKTU. This is not you know KLA or whatever. The 98.7 kids. I'm just naming the radio stations between LA and New York City. But no, this is your host, Axel Daniel. You know what I mean? And we say ask because the mode of asking a man of asking or me. Matter of fact, what we're about to do is live stream Tuesday, I believe. Let me see when this girl got this thing scheduled for. Um, I believe Tuesday we're going to be doing the live stream with Dawn. And if you guys know who Dawn Cook is my she's my contributor. You know what I mean? Shout out to Tyler. She's my contributor. You know what I mean? And she's amazing. She's amazing. She's an amazing woman, and I want to do so much more with her. Matter of fact, I got to ask her if she received the shirt yet. So Dawn is gonna be here. Let me see if I can even find her. Hold on 1 second, because yeah. So basically, Dawn Cook, yeah, as you know, is she's the airplane pilot, and we got some things cooking. You know what I'm saying? Couple little things cooking. Matter of fact, let me send her a text now while I'm talking to you. You got to multitask when you're doing all these different things. Um, did you receive the shirt? Also, please send me pics so I can post it for the live stream. So we have some things coming up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ray Dean. We have some things coming up, and basically what she's gonna do is like I tell most of you, if you're gonna do this stream with me, you're gonna do anything, you gotta ask questions, right? Because this is who I am. It's not just for advice. You want to ask the questions that you may want to ask the male that's in front of your face or whoever, you know what I mean? You may want to ask that person that, right? And you may not be able to really get the true answer because why men lie? You know what I mean? We lie because a man can't handle the truth. You know what I mean? Write that down. A man lies because he can't handle the truth. Most men can't live in their truth. You know what I mean? So when you ask a question, when you come to me and you ask a question, you have to be open to know that you could ask a question for somebody else. Some people are like, yeah, you really want to ask that question for yourself. Yeah, he thinks that way. You know what I mean? Because he's too afraid to play. He has to play macho man. You know what I mean? Even when he's a gay man, he has to play like he's a man. A man can't live in his truth. That's just that. And when he tells you that he does, it means nothing. You know what I mean? Because it's supposed to show. What he tells you means nothing. You got to just take that with a grain of salt. And he's a man. You know what I mean? Like a man can't be measured by his word. He has to be measured by his action. Okay, write that down too. Write it down. He can't be measured by his words. What if you don't have his word? What good is he? Right. So you got his word. A total stranger. You got to go by his word. That's different. And if he doesn't go by his word, you're like, oh, I'm done. I ain't fucking with him because you didn't give you his word at that time is his action. So when you're here asking questions and you take heed to questioning, a man of my caliber, you have to understand that you're doing the community a favor. You know what I mean? Because you have to generalize. So with me, you can generalize, you can judge, you could all the things that he tells you or people tell you that you can't do, you could do here. You know what I mean? Because when you ask a question, you're going to get the answer. That's it. It's not debatable. You're asking a question. So if you debate with an answer, then why ask the question? You know what I mean? Like, this is not a debate. This is not open up for discussion. You come and ask me, what do you think, is the world round or flat? And I'm like, well, it's this. It's like, well, I disagree. I'm like, well, I didn't know we was in a debate. You understand? I didn't know we were debating. This is a whole complete different level here. This is a school, and I don't think people understand how serious this is. Like, I have a school now. It's online for now until I'm in person and you guys can see me in person, right? But for now, this is online. You don't go to school to debate with your teachers. You're going to be disruptive and you're going to fail classes. It's going to say, does not listen to orders. You know what I mean? You could get expelled from school for that shit. You know what I mean? You're in there debating with the teachers. You're throwing the whole equilibrium off. You know what I mean? So a lot of times we don't realize that there are just certain things you just don't do. And I've been given a lot of these effortless conversations in regards to the whole situation with understanding the mind of why the average man is so feminine. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that he wasn't raised by a man. It's no disrespect to the mother. You can only do but so much. It's anything to drag the man. To understand why the man is not around a man, other than if he lost him in a death. You have to understand, men don't step up to the plate. Men don't step up to the plate. We don't have those type of men anymore. And if he does, he's considered a clown, a simp, whatever y'all call him, right? So if a man meets a woman and she got 5 kids, he's like, listen, I'm gonna help you with them kids. I'm gonna help you raise them. That's considered a chump. But when a white man does it, it's all good. But when a black man comes up, that's not. He's the most emotional male on earth, is a black man. You know what I'm saying? You cut a black man's throat, that's worse than cutting a white man's throat. Because that black bastard, he don't get over nothing. You understand? He don't get over himself. If you kicked his ass in kindergarten class and he becomes a police officer at 25 years, what do you think's going to happen? He's going to be a terrible cop. Most cops that are like that have been bullied. And it's how they regain. They don't forget. One thing about a man, he doesn't forget how you make him feel. Never forget that. He don't forget. If your sex was trash, right? He'll forget that. But if it was good, he'll never forget. He don't care if you was the biggest prostitute in the city of New York. Because he doesn't forget how you make him feel. See, the thing is, the father did not teach him a man doesn't hold a grudge. A real man's supposed to get over things from the past. And if he struggles with that, he has to let it be known. He has to put that on the forefront and say, hey, I'm struggling with this. I need to repair this before I get out into the wilderness. You know what I'm saying? Because it will affect them. There's a danger zone of dating black males. And those danger zones are usually 30 to 50. Literally, like those are the worst years to date a man. I know it's a big range of it because it's only 20 years. You know what I mean? But you remember the 30-year-old doesn't think that they're close to 50, which is scary, right? Like they don't realize that they're right there. Like, in 20 years I'm going to be 50 years old. They don't realize that. Like, I just had a family friend turn 30 and he's going to be 50 years old in 20. You know what I mean? He doesn't realize that. Like, oh my God. If you're 20 and you're going to be 40 in 20 years, it's not, you know what I mean? But that's still a wake-up call. But, if you're 10, you're going to be, we ain't going to go that far back. But you understand? You get what I'm saying? So you have to understand what's missing. Now, a woman asked me today, she says, well, Nate, I would like to know if a man was raised by 2 lesbians, can he still raise a man? I said, listen, you could raise it practically anybody. Don't mean it's going to come out right. 2 women is worse than having 1 woman. I don't care how manly the other woman wants to be and tough and rough and grow a beard. She is not a male. Forget the whole what do you identify yourself as? That's a crock of nonsense, okay? You know, the anatomy of a male, it's much different than the anatomy of a woman. It's just no matter what, you can do all of the surgeries you want on the outside, but you can't change what's going on inside. Amen. You can't change that. You know, you have to. Oh, shout out to Yes God. I didn't even see you. What up, baby? Shout out to Yes God. Hold on. Yes God just said, I saw a random picture of you in someone's profile on Facebook. I'm gonna WhatsApp it to you. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see that. Hold on. Because it's probably my fake page. You know what I'm saying? It's probably my fake page. Hold on. God damn. What up, sis? Yeah. That's me. That's my fake page. So you see how the algorithm works? You see how the algorithm works, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, I do have not a fake page, it's a dummy, meaning that is my page, literally. You know what I mean? Let me just share with this so the people could understand what's going on here. Goddamn, salute to you. Now, you know what happened? That's because of the algorithm. I told you that's why y'all got to change your algorithm. That's what we're going to learn about this conversation today, goddamn it. Because I want you to change the algorithm, right? I want you to understand. Well, maybe I'm not going to show everybody that. No, I think I'm going to chill on that, yes, Scar, because it defeats the purpose, right? Right. But yeah, that is me. That is my page. That's literally my page. So it's a little secret weapon. So what ends up happening with the algorithm when you have people's phone numbers, now that her numbers in my call log and everything, and we connect, the algorithm picks up. It's amazing. You know what I mean? That's why I told you, like, if you really want to switch your game, switch your algorithm. That's all. Switch. Watch how powerful that shit is, and that it's easier to do that than it is to do, you know, your brain. But you switch your algorithm, you see how effective it is. It's pretty inspiring. You know what I mean? See, it's because we contact each other. Exactly. You know? Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, I took a picture with the Mexican dude. You know his name, but yeah. So it it's interesting. It's pretty much it's good to have. Well, I do. Well, obviously, I have it for my marketplace because I do have a marketplace account. So marketplace is definitely my thing. I shop on there a lot, so it's amazing. So salute to you, sis. What up? What up, baby? So yeah, so it has a lot because you got to remember when you're dating a man and he wasn't raised by his father, they're high risk because he's going to be extremely emotional. Now, a man's already emotional off the rip, but when you have a father, he teaches you how to control your emotions. Write that down, ladies and gentlemen. He teaches you how to control your emotions. The mom, the woman, she's gonna, her son come home. Oh my gosh, mommy. She's gonna feel the pain of her son because her anatomy, all the little elements in her body. I'm not gonna get into that, but ladies, what you have and you know what we got. You understand? And you're gonna feel you're gonna connect with him. Your femininity, as the man would say, is gonna connect with his femininity, right? But the dad, he's like, nah. We can't have this. You know what I'm saying? This could, I could be gone, or this nigga could be a bitch. We got to get him together. So the father's gonna teach him how, hey, sticks and stones may break your bones, but names will never hurt you. He's got to instill that. He has to hear that deep baritone voice. It's kind of like when a kid hears a mother say, stop it in their store. And then I'll test myself sometimes and I see some woman's kid crying and I may say, hey, stop that. And the kid's like, oh, the kid will look and say, oh shit. Because the kid hears that bass. You understand? There's a big difference. Even with your pet, you could be like, stop it, little Lucy, stop it. But then when they hear the man say, get over here, it's a difference. Okay? When I heard my father say, I'm gonna whoop your ass, I'm like, oh shit. Your mother be like, I'm gonna whip your ass. It's different. You can tell a difference with a baby cry. I can tell a difference with a girl and a boy. There's a difference. I could look at a hand of a baby. And I knew this when my daughter was born. I could look at the hands and say, oh my God, those are female hands. So no matter how much that man wants to be a bitch, he can't really fully pull it off because The reality is he could be feminine. Yes. A man could be feminine, but he can't have femininity. Write that down. You understand? He could be feminine, but he can't have femininity. You understand? If you look up the anatomy of a woman, look at the little things that she has in her body. We don't have that. You know, a male's anatomy is two, he got two spots, his balls, his penis, and his goddamn rectum. And as you know, the problem with these men, they think once they have a rectum, because that's his weak spot, so they say, he wants to test it. And the problem with a rectum, a nigga think it's a clit. These niggas out here think their fucking rectum is their clitoris. Now, you don't have a rectum. I mean, excuse me, what am I talking about? Not a rectum. They think that their rectum is a pussy, excuse me, right? But they think their prostate, excuse me, they think their prostate gland is a clitoris. Niggas really believe that. So when you be seeing these gay niggas and they on some old, sassy shit, it's equivalent to seeing your daughter, like you could tell she's having sex because now she's having makeup on and she's twitching different because she got dick. It's the same way with him. When he gets dick, that's how he acts. He gets sassy. Once a man start fucking him, that's it. It's over, right? But the reality is that he still doesn't have. He's feminine, but he doesn't have his femininity. He may have did some feminine shit, but he doesn't have his femininity. You have your femininity. You got your cherry busted. You know what I'm saying? He just got his ass busted. That's just his shithole. You can have your shithole busted too. Shout out to Jay Reed. That's nothing. But his shithole is a little more intense than yours because even though your shithole is right next to your pussy hole, his shithole is his damn prostate gland. And once them niggas start blinking each other out, it's over. Now he think that he's a bitch. So he don't forget that. And that's what his mindset is, where he think, oh yeah, bitch, I'm the bitch. I know man, I know this. Now he think he know man, woman, every goddamn body. That's why them gay niggas swear they know a woman. Oh, I know a woman, because he thinks he's a woman, right? But moving along, this all comes from the male, not the modern male, not the macho male, not the alpha male, none of them fucking clowns. I'm talking just a man, you know what I mean? A man is going to teach a male, to control his emotions so he can be a man. Because if he doesn't control his emotions, he's just going to be a male, And at that point, he could be a feminine. He can't be feminine man. He could be a feminine male. He's no longer a man if he's feminine, you know? So this mindset is something that you have to be aware of how he works. And you believe, for example, that you should always tell the truth. We want the truth. We don't want the fucking truth. That's why niggas don't go to the doctor. They don't go to the fucking doctor. Men don't. This ain't just a black man thing. This is just that shithole. When he's born with them dick and balls, most of the time his father don't even take time to even play fucking ball with him. So he's not taught this. But as a man, he cannot handle the truth. So in response to that, nobody can really handle the truth, because man can't handle the truth because he doesn't even want to go to the doctor to know the truth. That's why he doesn't go to the doctor, because God forbid it's some shit he don't want to hear. As a man, he don't want to hear it. He don't want to think of death. He don't want to think of this. He don't want to think nobody fucking his daughter. He don't want to think of mom's dying. You understand? Understandable. That's the little soft side of him, right? But you as a woman, you want the truth. You really, really adore it. Please tell me the truth, even if it hurts me. Even if it hurts me, Nate. Nope, fuck that. You understand? Because the thing is, you could probably handle it better than me, maybe about 5 decibels away from it. But as a human being, it ain't going to be nice. Because if you got to request the truth, that means I'm lying to you. You want to know the opposite of this lie that I'm telling you. So now I tell you the truth because you sucking me into it, right? Because my father probably taught me, don't fucking admit it. You understand? Fuck that. Okay, we shoot niggas for a living, as it is being black. And we go to court and get a lawyer to say, hey, I didn't do that shit. He'll tell you I didn't. You understand? So the weak male, he goes and tells the truth. Oh, yeah, I fucked her. I was with Nate. I met her through Nate. That's what a weak nigga do. A man can't tell the truth because he can't even accept the truth. You follow me? You got to understand how deep this is, right? So let's say, for example, you tell him you just want me to, you're not sleeping at night, you're up all night. Tell me the truth, Nate. Tell me the truth. I want you to tell me the truth. Was you with that bitch? I'm like, listen, I ain't gonna discuss this any fucking further. All right. I told you what it was. That's it. Okay. I was never with the bitch. She's lying. The end. If you got a problem with that, then fucking be out. That's what a man would say. That pussy ass nigga. Oh yeah, well, what really happened was, Nate did this. He told me that. He gonna tell on me, tell on himself. Never trust a nigga to tell on his goddamn self. You understand? He didn't have to do that. Well, that's why niggas do crimes by themselves, so they don't have to tell you. If I'm gonna do something bad, my pops used to always tell me, "You gonna do something bad, do it by yourself, because you ain't gonna tell on you, but not that pussy hole." Okay, he gonna go tell. He gonna tell on his goddamn self. So you think, well, he admitted to me, he told me everything about her. He said they were in love. He ate her out. He told you a whole bunch of shit that you didn't need to know. You know what I mean? If you caught this nigga red-handed and his face was in her ass, okay, and you caught him like that, you caught him red-handed, that's different. Red-handed is red-handed. Now he just got to admit that he was wrong. He can't say he didn't do it. He just got to admit it. Listen, I was wrong. It is what it is. And I ain't telling. I admit that I was wrong. But telling about some shit that you don't have no proof on, no, I'm not telling you that. So the woman thinks in response, well, that's just not a man. Well, once again, this goes back to a woman raising a man, and two lesbians raising a man. Like, what does it matter what she says when he's not a man? She's a woman. You know what I'm saying? Happy Saturday to you, Red Hazel Green. Listen, what does it matter what she says? Respectfully, it doesn't matter. See, when a man tells you ain't no fucking man, that's real. When a man challenges you to say you ain't no fucking man, that's some sucker shit you did. And you know it's some sucker shit, and you know that real man is telling you that, that's a flex. But there ain't a woman on this earth other than my mother. And I say that in the sense of your mother knows you, and there's a little difference. So, she knows that the father did certain things. She know that you out of character, but even her, it's not the same. Because the mindset may be, well, he's not a man. You're not a man. You didn't tell the truth. And that pussy hole, that's the best way to challenge that sucker. Yeah, you want to challenge a sucker? All you got to do is say that. He gonna be like, "Come on, man. Matter of fact, yeah, I did cheat on you. I told everybody, yes, I didn't love you." Yeah, he gonna let it all out, and you like, I knew it, because you got a pussy now. You can't challenge a man's manhood. You're a woman, not a real man. It ain't gonna even work. Eventually he gonna tell you, listen, we ain't gonna talk about this shit no more. That's final. That's what a real man gonna do. Not that pussy hole. He probably gonna buy you a fucking house. He knew he fucked up. Yeah, I admitted everything. He told all his friends, snitched on everybody. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta think of the level of the mentality of the male mind. The male mind is a masculine mind. Supposed to be. But the father's supposed to coach that. It's almost like when something is new, they may tell you, listen, run this shit every day, drive it. Okay, I'll give you a good example. So when you get a brand new car, they tell you don't drive it over 60 miles an hour for the first 3,000 miles. Break it in. These fathers don't break these men in at all. They just let him come in. The mother's taking and wiping his ass. He's peeing and shitting, putting Pampers on him. His feminine, he's starting to get in his feminine ways because mommy's taking care of him. Father usually don't do it, right? In most cases. So the father's supposed to coach that boy. We ain't talking about the woman now. He's supposed to coach that boy. His job is to coach him because that's the least he could fucking do. He ain't give physical birth to him. It didn't come out of him physically. You know what I mean? The sperm did, but you understand? So he has a responsibility to coach that boy until the age of 12. Those are the first primary years. Now, it's a lifelong thing, but 1 through 12 is more important than anything. Okay? That's because 1 through 12 is what he's going to deal with for the rest of his life. If he was a pussy at 10 years old, he's going to be a pussy at 50. Okay, if you don't got that boy together by 12, my father used to say this, Junior, they could, I'd rather date a woman with 4 girls than 1 boy. Because if the boy is over 12, fuck it. He gonna be, you ain't my daddy, like a little fucking bitch. He said, if you don't get that boy, you don't meet a woman that has a boy, he's at the age up, under 12, and you don't get him together, you can forget it. Don't fuck with him. Because once you deal with that, he's a grown ass man now, right? He's a grown boy. We call it a grown boy, and he's gonna be in his feelings. And that's a job that you can't change. You can't make a man into a man at 20 fucking years old. If he's a bitch, he's a bitch. You was too late. You missed it. So what ends up happening is women believe this truth that we could put out onto a man could be something where, shout out to Liv. What up, Liv? What up, baby? They feel that we could put this thing out to a man, like, let me put the guilt on him. You're not a man. You're not masculine. Now she starts using on YouTube shits. You're a sucker. This is not the thing of love, and these are not the signs of love and all that. And blah, blah, blah. And if he's weak, he'll break down. But a real man is not. Let me explain something to you on the flip side. Now, you go fuck a nigga. You went and fucked this nigga, you sucked his dick, everything, ate his ass, everything. You just went and violated. You ain't violate your husband, you violated yourself. Because just remember, when you cheat, you can't cheat on me. You cheat on you. You played your damn bitch. You didn't play me. I don't know if you did it. You played yourself. So you go out there, you fuck this nigga, right? You come home feeling guilty. Right? Get it? Your feminine ways, your femininity kicks in. You're believe me when I tell you, because if you was masculine, like they call you, that shit wouldn't even bother you. See, a feminine woman, that shit starts breaking down in her goddamn mind. Oh my God, I cheat, I feel terrible. That's your femininity, that's all. Because when he does that, he gonna tell. See, when a man is feminine, he becomes a woman. He got woman ways. So when a woman is in her femininity, because you can't help it, that's in your female genre, right? It's in your whole anatomy. So it's going to bother you. You can't fuck 3 niggas and feel good about it. We can, right? Well, I damn sure can. You know what I mean? So you come into the bed, you're like, oh God, he's trying to have sex with me. I just had sex with this other man. Now you loved it. You feel even worse. You feel so bad about it. Now you take it out on him. You're mad at him because you felt good with the next nigga. Okay? So now you think this is not right. Your girlfriends talk to you. Oh my God, this is just wrong. I need to just say the truth. Because the truth kills you, right? The lie kills you. So you feel, I would want to know the same thing. Don't you dare tell him that. No, 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 don't do that. You think you're bad? You think you're bad? He's worse. God damn it. Shout out to the real for that super chat. I appreciate that. God damn. Thank you very much for that super sticker. Shout out to the real one. God damn. You think you're bad? Thank you, real one. I appreciate that. You think you're bad? He's worse. He's worse. He's so bad, I could tell you how he gonna feel. Cat Williams just did this joke. It was actually funny but sad, but real comedy is supposed to be like, whoa. Like, of all the things Cat Williams did to make this joke about Martin, Martin having a stroke and how he walks out and all this stuff, it was so funny because it's true. And that's what I mean when y'all ask me questions. You wanna go there. Damn, the nigga went there. That's the only way you're gonna be able to do it with comedy. You can't beat around the bush. You gotta go there to the point where it's a joke. It's not about them joking on, wow, that's the wrong joke. No, that's real comedy. Real comedy, you gotta go there because we need a laugh. Because we all know Martin Lawrence had a stroke, but it took this one person to talk about it. But I'm gonna tell you this. My point is, Martin Lawrence is going to feel that. They're probably going to cut off, oh, I'm not fucking with Cat Williams no more. That's how men are. When a man has an ability of knowing that it could go either way. If he laughs with that shit, it takes a man to laugh with that. But Martin Lawrence, he's already lying. He's already lying. You get where I'm coming from? So the more a man lies, the more he can't handle the truth. Goddamn, drop the mic. Write it down. The more a man lies, which is his natural anatomy, the more a man lies, right? The more he can't handle the truth. So me as a man, I'm telling you, Martin Lawrence is offended by that joke. And he's a comedian. And comedians are not supposed to have no filter. You can't be a comedian and be a male. You got to be a man because only a man can handle that shit. So you going to a man and saying you cheated because you think he deserved to know. I'm going to tell you something. Now this is the test. Now you got to think of it like this. Well, Nate, all men. And if a nigga's a real man, he ain't going to be able to handle that shit at all. Matter of fact, a real man can't deal with your past. Okay? Only a weak man can handle that shit. Okay? A real man cannot deal with the fact you fucked a million niggas. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because that affects his masculinity. It does. Because if his father taught him right, he's gonna tell him, don't ever marry a hoe. That's gonna kick in his mind. You fucked 100 niggas and now I had a baby with you. You know what I mean? It desensitizes his manhood. So you telling a man the truth, thinking that because you would have wanted the truth and you could barely handle it, okay? Right? Because all the truth is just a masked lie. Who the fuck could handle that? Who gets off on a masked lie? Nobody does. So you telling the truth and think it's a merit, and now you just fucked him up. You made him worse. He'll never get over that. Never. If he's a real man, the relationship is ruined. The marriage is finished. If he sticks around, not only is he a pussy, but now he's finished because now he stayed with you and he knows it. Now, in other words, you could have just kept that to yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes it's best because if a nigga don't know, you ain't playing him. Hey, I didn't know. You know, you played yourself by lying. He may take it personal. The real man's gonna take it personal any fucking way because he don't want nobody touching none of his shit. You understand? But understood. You as a woman, your truth means nothing to a man. Okay? All right. Only time it does is if he's weak. If you could go tell him, damn, I want to get rid of this fucking loser. I'm just going to tell him I fucked 10 niggas last week. He's going to be like, well, you know what? At least you told me the truth. And I'm going to accept you. You ever watch Maury Povich? And the girl had 3 kids and they found out all 3 of the kids wasn't his. And then she runs to the back of the stage and that weak motherfucker goes back there and says, I don't care who these kids are. I'm going to help raise them. Which is sad because in a real man way, he's being a real man, right? But he's not being a real man because he's being a man in a sense because he's willing to still take the responsibility of helping these kids that don't, got nothing to do with nothing. But there's another side of that. He's weak also because he accepted it. You know what I mean? So he ain't going no fucking way. Like, you can't get rid of a nigga when you a hoe and he's just a regular male. You ain't gonna get rid of him. You would have to leave him. The only way you're gonna get rid of him, you gotta go. He ain't leaving. Okay? But you want to get rid of that real man, you got that real man, and you fucked around and played yourself and fucked somebody else. You better keep that shit to yourself. You better bring that shit to the grave. Never tell him that. He ain't catch you, it didn't happen. That's it. You fucked up, you better go deal with us. Go see a shrink, go see a pastor. Do whatever you got to do. Do not tell him the truth. I don't care if your pastor, well, don't tell him the truth, okay? Because the male mind doesn't want the truth. He's a grudge holder, okay? And once he's hurt, he's ruined forever, okay? Once he's hurt, he's ruined forever. There's no coming back from a hurt man because he knows now. So when you put that into his mental capacity, you affect his male anatomy. His dick gets small and his motherfucking prostate gland rises. Because what ends up happening, his femininity grows even though he don't have femininity because it hurts. Why does it hurt so bad? Remember the song for Whitney Houston? What? You understand? It hurts him. There's certain shit a man is not supposed to see. Okay? Unless you're sick. Unless you're sick, amen. He ain't supposed to be in the bathroom and you shitting and you farted and you snuck up the fucking bathroom. Like this certainly, we all know everybody shits, but a woman is not supposed to put that out to a real man. You know what I mean? Unless you have a sickness and he got to do what he got to do. But a man could deal with it. He gonna handle anything you give him, but he not, even when you tell him the truth because you cheated on him, you ruined him now because now you just demasculated his ass even more. You understand? You got to think on a level that the male mindset is not as masculine as you think. All that tough guy shit, the more tats, the more of a pussy he is. Okay? Don't trust me when I tell you the tats, the beard, the tough guy, and all that. That's the one that likes getting fucked in his ass. Okay, don't trust me when I tell you. Listen, I know the deal because my father used to teach me that. Okay, he said, Junior, let me tell you something. You see all these guys, they play all that tough shit, but they want some man to pump him up his ass. So I look at it different. A guy in the gym, he's in the gym. Oh, he's the loudest one dropping the weights. That's the most feminine one in there. It ain't the nigga you see walking with his little fucking tight pants and his little goddamn iPod and his goddamn earphones. It's that fucking muscle nigga making all the goddamn noise shooting steroids. Okay? He's the one that's more in this feminine damn world than anybody. Okay? But he can't deal with the truth. Let me tell you something. There was this group, right? Shout out to Liv. Shout out to Liv. God damn, I appreciate you, Liv. Shout out to Liv for that super chat. God damn. Liv, what country you calling from again? Because they see that the money thing is different. Shout out to Liv. God damn, I love you. Shout out to Liv. Shout out to the real one. I'm gonna show you a clip, right? It is a very, very sad clip because this clip bothered me because I really wanted to get on this clip because there was this one individual, and I don't know if you guys remember the group called what was the name of the group? The name of the group was oh man, get down on it, Kool and the Gang, right? So Kool and the Gang was this group. Who remembers that group? Family reunion. I did this thing. Celebration. It's a celebration, right? They had some big, 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 big songs, right? And what happened is there's this guy by the name of Kool. Was the we seen Kool and the Gang. Nobody knew the other group members, right? We knew him, like we just visually. He was the group, right? And it's crazy because as a Kool and the Gang fan, I was like, what the fuck happened to this group? Like they had like some dope ass songs, right? And they just disappeared. So I seen this thing that popped up, a very interesting, and it was the brother by the name of, I'm gonna show you the video. Questlove got this channel, but anyways, JT Taylor. And he shares why he left the group, right? And it's so sad because this is why when y'all say black men don't achieve their goals and they don't become they don't become successful. I'm going to teach you this in this class. The reason why a lot of black men don't become successful, they don't get past their differences, right? So when we hurt each other, now we off the woman now, right? When we hurt each other, it's 10 times worse. Let me give you a slight example, right? So this dude I know, right? This guy had his let me just say first, so he had his toe cut off. I didn't even know he had diabetes like that, but he had his toe cut off, literally. Now, prior to this situation, he was very how do I say, very feminine. And I say that because this the type of dude, like, I'm like, yo, he sells like electronics, whatever. I ain't gonna get into where he gets it from, but he sells electronics and other types of other stuff, right? So I remember one time I was texting a nigga like, yo, what up? And he would text back, and then he was like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry, man. I had my call on silence. Then I blocked you by accident. Just pussy shit like that. So as you know, when a man is a pussy, first thing he gonna do is use that block feature. You as a woman, it's understandable. You're a woman. You know what I mean? But when a man blocks, that's some pussy shit. You know, when it gets to the point like I'm not gonna talk to him, he offended me. That's just some pussy shit, right? So this particular guy, one day I said to him, now mind you, I was checking on the brother. Brother got his toe cut. He's sending me pictures of the procedure. It was really sad, you know what I mean? But I really, I was concerned because he's a brother of one of my homeboys. And I felt bad because when he was going through the struggles, I didn't even think it would get this far when he had to remove his toe. So fast forward, I hit the dude up one time like, yo, you selling anything? Why did I say that? I guess the nigga just thought I was, whatever. Whatever it was, I'm hitting the nigga up like, yo, what up? So I hit him from my dummy number, like, yo, what's good? He's like, who's this? I'm like, oh man, come on, fam. Here we go with the man. Yo, I can't stand that, man. Like, yo, enough is enough. When you're seeing men getting ruined, bad enough y'all getting ruined from women that's dominating your ass and you ain't the man because you're a pussy. But it was nothing worse where a man is in his feminine zone and he blocks a number of another man. So I know why he did it, but whatever. I still hit the nigga up on some old, yo, what up? The nigga deaded me. You know what I'm saying? Sucker shit, you know what I'm saying? And he probably deaded me for whatever reason, I mean, does that sound like some gay shit, right? So the nigga just stopped responding. I even hit him up yesterday, like, yo, you good? I'm just checking on you because I know he's clearly now. Let me speak on the defense of him. Number one, he lost his toe. Okay, he ain't gonna never be right. We could talk all this stuff unless it becomes an advocate, and even advocates sometimes that's just a front sometimes too because they be dealing with other personal shit behind the scenes. But he's done. So I'm aware of this. You know what I mean? I'm aware that he's finished. So anyway, this particular thing is showing me and it confirms everything that I know. Now this dude ain't even black, but he's Puerto Rican. Same shit, man of color. If anything, they're worse because Puerto Rican niggas are very feminine. You know what I mean? They just take everything personal. So I was wondering for years what happened to Kool in the gang. I tripped on this video. JT Taylor is the lead member. So if y'all ever look up Kool in the gang, they had like classic hits that we all know. Get down on it. You got to get down on it. Let me just play one. So they had really dope grooves. If you grew up in the damn time that I did in the 70s, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It even in the 80s, I guess, right? So it was amazing. It was a dope ass group. So I personally love Kool in the gang. And let me just get to one classic so y'all could know. Hold up. Okay, so let me just forward it a little bit so you know. Okay, so that's just one clip. So they had a lot of celebration. They had a big family reunion song, if you know this song. Okay, so you get it. Okay, anyway, that's Kool in the gang. What the fuck happened to them? So the one good thing about this podcast, you got all these feminine males. Now they dishing out all the dirt. Now that Wendy Williams is sick, now they all taking her place, right? So he's telling, as you know, telling is a thing you don't do. You know what I mean? You don't rat, all the above. So unless you dropping a dime on a nigga because he did you dirty, I get it, right? So anyway, JT Taylor shared a story I never knew of all these years, and this nigga, I'm gonna show you. You gotta hear why he stopped speaking to the group. He left the group. He left this classic group over this pussy shit. You gotta hear it. I couldn't fucking believe it. I could not. Let's listen. Hold on.
That happened, but when we hit the stage, it was about, let's go take this.
Hold on.
What is success for them like?
I don't know what it is, man, but this guy annoys me. I believe, I don't know, something about this guy from the roots. I don't know what it is about him, man, but I can't get in there. He reminds me like the token black. He's like a white boy that's trying to be soulful, right? I don't know. Does he marry to a black woman? I can't get into this nigga, man. I can't get into Quest. I can't get into the roots at all. I think the roots is just I just can't get into them. They just remind me of I don't know. They kind of remind me of like white boys painted black. I don't know. But anyway, hold on.
I mean, you guys are the only Americans besides Jody Watley at Do They Know It's Christmas?
Right.
Like you guys are at a crazy level of notoriety.
Mhm.
So how are they adjusting to this?
I've never asked
If you can speak for them.
if I could. I really can't. But all I know is that we all shared and everything equal.
Okay, now he's about to get into this whole, well, when we hit the stage, we put all the differences aside. Yeah, that's what men do. That's why New Edition is still New Edition. Because even though they got a lot of issues with each other, they get on that stage, you would never know. That's brotherhood. Yo, nigga, we men. Let's get the fans what they need to do. This nigga did some shit that really turned me off. I couldn't believe it. Hold on.
My exit, it had reached a height where that type of tension, and I doing cherish, and I closed my eyes, and when I tried to open them, all I saw was red. No, not an object, just a wall of red, like just red. But I refused not to perform, and I went out there, and sound voices half gone, and I doing cherish, and I closed my eyes. And when I tried to
Damn, let's
open
see.
red, or was somebody I was doing except one guy, Curtis.
Okay.
I closed my eyes.
Okay. So he's talking about he got sick on stage, right? And he was talking about he was doing the song Cherish. So if you know Kool in the Gang, you know that he was Kool in the Gang. This is the group. When you hear the group singing, it's his voice, right? So Cherish is a big song as well, right? And let me play it. Damn, I ain't gonna lie. Joanna here. Yeah, I'm probably gonna listen to this shit when I'm done here, but this nigga was dope. So anyway, he's talking about how he left the group. Just listen to this shit. You gotta hear the story. Sad.
My own car, stuff like that happened. But when we hit the stage, it was about, let's go take this. Let's put the flag down. And all of this stuff really helped me, segue into my solo career.
Right.
It was a really proving ground, but I can't really speak to how they received it, whether they were overjoyed, because they never said to me, don't forget this is the group, or don't think you're too big and stuff like that. That came from outside the circle, And when it was time for me to make my exit, it had reached a height where that type of tension had gotten too much, and I didn't think that they were had my back anymore. And we did a show I'll never forget, at New Year's down in Atlantic City, and I had the flu, and I was really really sick. And of course, back then I was about 150. You know what I mean?
Okay, so this is the part. This is the very important part. Listen, shout out to Ken, shout out to Kara. I see y'all. Listen, let me just break this down. This here, what you're watching, is the male mindset, especially a black man. Because the black man's more. That's why we so violent. Okay, we are violent because we're sensitive. You understand? Just remember that. All right. We're violent because we're sensitive. You hurt our feelings, we're going to get violent, right? So this is JT Taylor, a living legend, number one. Okay. This man's voice is incredible. I could not understand what this group did. I never seen them on no tours. I never seen Kool and the Gang on no versus battles, right? We haven't seen no concerts, nothing. If Kool and the Gang is doing a concert, I'm going to tell you how imperative this man's voice is for this group. If they're doing a concert and they don't have him, it's not the same. They have to have him. Like, it's just certain groups it's like Mobb Deep. They can't be Mobb Deep without Prodigy. You can't have TLC without Left Eye. Like, you can't have Kool in the Gang without Kool. This is the gang is doing a concert, but this is Kool. This is his Kool is JT Taylor. So this is, let me just give the credit, but listen to the typical, all of these years, we're talking 30, 40 years ago, this is how these niggas broke up. I was sick to my stomach when I heard this. Go ahead, listen.
Soaking wet. And we had been touring, and it was the end of the year. And, you know, New Year's was always big money night. Big money night. And I was sick, but I refused not to perform. And I went out there, and sound voices half gone, and I doing Cherish, and I closed my eyes. And when I tried to open them, all I saw was red. No, not an object, just a wall of red, like just red. And I froze, and I opened my eyes again, and it came open, but then it went red again. And I got scared to death, man. And I was able to walk backstage, and I pulled Kool off of somebody. I said, listen, play Jungle Boy, Hollywood Swing or something. Let me go back here and get myself together. And when I couldn't, I tried to come back out, and I left the stage. And that particular night, I'm back there, and all my family was at the audience. You know, they ran backstage. People, even fans, were coming back saying, you know, what's wrong? What happened? They knew something was wrong, because I've never been like this. And I'm sitting in my room, and none of the guys came over to see how I was doing except one guy, Curtis. And he told him, he said, God, can't you see this guy's sick? You know, he can't do it. And that part hurt me more, because I felt that their interest was more worrying about making the money than a guy who been here since the label was gonna drop you guys in the 70s, and we got together, and I never claimed it was just me, you know, never had that attitude. But to get to this point, and you don't even come back to check on the guy, and I said, that's it, and I left.
That's how you left the group?
Yeah. That night, I called my family, and I said, I can't do this anymore. So it was obvious, back to your question, that they must have felt something along the way.
You see what I'm talking about? This nigga left. You know, one thing of Quest just played him with that question, because he like, you left the group over that? Nigga, you're well now. You're still living. That flu was 40 fucking years ago, you pussy. You see what I mean? You see what happens when these niggas got daddy issues? You see what I'm talking about? This is what listen, you don't have to know who this man is. I'm just giving you an example of this is a tragedy. He left the group to fuck them over. Like a little girl. That, you know, that's like a woman. Like, oh, fuck, I'm going to tear the house up, throw his clothes out the window, and cut his tires. Right? This is very feminine. Right? He could have just screamed on them niggas. You pussy niggas ain't even try to help me. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Like, I'm taking off a month. He left the group because he had the flu, like a little whore. A little whore. This nigga left the group. Left the group on the top of the year, mind you. After in all these years, he's able to still talk about it. He's still hurt by that. He's still hurt. And this is how it is. When these men don't get over nothing. I'll never forget, man, that hurt. He said it. Listen to him. It hurt. It hurt.
What's wrong? What happened? They knew something was wrong, because I've never been like this. And I'm sitting in my room, and none of the guys came over to see how I was doing except one guy, Curtis. And he told him, he said, God, can't you see this guy's sick? You know, he can't do it. And that part hurt me more, because I felt that their interest was more worrying about making the money than a guy who been here since the label was gonna drop you guys in the 70s, and we got together, and I never claimed it was just me, you know, never had that attitude. But to get to this point, and
wow, man, you niggas could have still been touring right now. and you left the group. Still, and you talking about you living in the past, nigga. You ain't even, you let all those memories, write it down, class. You let all those memories flush down the toilet. Really, bro? Really? Just because of that, man? Man, you could have screamed on them niggas. Y'all could have just, man, I mean, come on. How do you have brotherhood and you can't tell your brother, yeah, that was some pussy shit that y'all niggas did? You know what I'm saying? What did you want them to do? Come back there and rub your feet? Why you ain't just called a goddamn ambulance? Yeah, they didn't come see me when I was in the hospital. And no, it's not all that. Listen, I get it, but goddamn, nigga, get over it. Get over it. You got to learn how to get over things, man. You niggas get offended. We don't even know when we look at my man that got the toe cut off. Like, damn, bro. Like, did I offend you? Are you good? Then you just be like, oh, come on, bro. Like, is it? Listen, I'm gonna take it like this. Now you're depressed. Now you totally ruined the group. You knew these niggas needed you. You knew you're the lead singer. You can talk more shit than they could. You could have fired the damn band, nigga. Why you just left the group? Come on, brother. Come on, man. You gotta think on a level of, if there's some things that you that bother you, you gotta understand. But this is his mindset. He's still angry over this shit. This shit still fucks with him. He's distraught over this. He is distraught. And it's such a shame because such a waste of time. You know what I mean?
You don't even come back to check on the guy. And I said, that's it. And I left.
That's how you left the group?
Yeah. That night, I called my family and I said, I got it. I can't do this anymore. So it was obvious, back to your question, that they must have felt something along the way, more than what I, felt of them, because I never looked at them any other way except what we did. And but that was a rough time, because I was really, really sick, but I never let on. And I've had that many times over the years. I was not well, and I still did shows, because I knew I had more responsibility than just myself. They had families, themselves. We had records to break, and sacrifice, man. You can do this. And many times I just go back to my room and taking myrrh and ginseng and all these different things. And I mean, Clifford Adams, he was into all of that, and he would bring me Golden Seal, and I'm like, trying to get right. So, but I never let on. Hey man, I can't sing tonight. I was sometimes, like when we was trying to sing a Stepping Out was difficult because it was a falsetto.
Right.
And sometimes that click wouldn't happen, and it would take like a few songs to get there. So we'd have to like take that out of the set. But most of the time, you can walk your way through it. But that was it, man. But again, when I got into my solo deal, and my first, I met with Gerald Busby.
Right.
And Gerald said, "Listen, man."
Right now at Bay Ridge Honda.
Let me tell you the problem with that. The problem is that the male mind is a lot more feminine than you think, woman. Okay? So what you can handle mentally, just remember, he can't handle what you can handle mentally. It's a difference. Okay? He's, on average, he can't handle what you can handle. So when you want to know the truth, even as a woman, you with a group, you got a music group, you want to know the truth. Yeah, this one talk to, okay, bitch, I'm leaving. But that's expected. Because even you as a woman, now you say to tell you the truth, or now you leave anyway, right? We get it. That's your femininity at work. A man, and I'm the leader of the group, I'm kicking niggas out if that's the case. If that's the case. In other words, like, let's handle this, man. What kind of shit was that? Y'all niggas know y'all, Bing, bing, bing. They may have an excuse. Maybe niggas are scared. Maybe there was an infirmity. They were scared to even see you sick. We don't know. But you left. That's why he leaves his kids. That's the same way. They don't probably even notice. I didn't know about this story. They probably never knew because he didn't go back there and tell them, yo, this is why I'm out. Fuck y'all niggas is pussies. I left. That's how he leaves his kids the same way. How many people had problems and had them stories where their father said they was going to the store and never came back? That's why he does that. Okay? He don't want the truth. Okay? He gets offended by anything. You could offend him. You could have probably went out the house, dropped something, lifted it up, and he passed by in a car. Oh, he didn't say what's up to me. I'm cutting them off. That's just how they are. That's how man is. I never forget when you did that. He doesn't forget the way you make him feel. And that shit still bothers him. This nigga got sick a million times after using ginseng. Then he went with solo career. That shit went nowhere. Because nobody wanted to see him without Kool in the gang. Okay? I'm not going to take away the gang was the band. You know what I mean? But Kool in the gang. Let me just answer this question. I forgot. Jay Reed said, Nate, what's your thoughts if a woman says she likes a man in a woman's body? I've heard a woman say that before. She swears she's thinks like a man does. She wants a man in a woman's body. Number one, that's weird. Oh, she's like a man in a woman's body. Oh, my bad. I thought she said, because I said women do not like no man shaped like no woman. That's a definite deal breaker to a black woman. Okay, my bad. I read it wrong. What are your thoughts if a woman says she's like a man in a woman's body? No, she's never going to be like a man in a woman's body. She could try all she wants. Okay. She could try. When a woman tells me that shit, I'm like, matter of fact, that's a turnoff, to be honest with you. It's actually a turnoff. You know what I mean? Because what is she trying to prove to me? That she's a man? Yeah, I think like a man. No, no woman thinks like a man. No woman. I don't give a fuck if she's a dyke. She can't think like a man. It's just not in her anatomy at all. You know, she doesn't understand. Because it's going to be something that's going to offend her. She's going to take it personal. Okay, I could talk to another man and be a scumbag, and he's going to get it. She can't get to that conversation. Even if she's in the woman, it's still going to be different. That's why again, I do this all the time. Let me stand out in the street right now and say, all men cheat. Ain't going to be one man that's going to be like, sit down, man. It's going to be the woman. Oh, that's not true. I disagree. You're just a hater. Maybe it's you. The woman take that shit more personal. She's not built for it. No woman. There's not a woman in this world that could think like a man. That's why Steve Harvey lied to them. That's bullshit. You know what I mean? A man can't even think like a woman, even though he thinks he's a woman at sometimes, but you can't think like a woman. It's two different entities. That's why I always tell people, just go up and look up the male anatomy and the female anatomy. You'll see it yourself. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, let me show you. It's just completely different, you know. If you look at the diagrams, shout out to you. That was a good comment though, right? So let me just break this down, right? So check this out. So you got the male anatomy, right? The male reproductive system, right? So let's just go to this diagram, right? It's a few of them here, okay? You got the testis, the epidermis, the ductus, the prostatic gland, glandula, ductus. I mean, these are all elements of a man. This has nothing to do with a woman. Yeah, she got an anus, you know what I mean? But she, it's still the difference of there's still elements that she's missing here. Now, if you go to the female anatomy, right? This is just going to be real quick, right? When you go to the diagram of her, look at that. Fallopian tube, ovary, uterus, cervix, vagina, hymen. Like, it ain't no man have, like, you have that. That just kills it. Like, even though these niggas want to have these things, these transsexuals, they want to have it, they don't. These are you're gifted with these at birth. This is a gift. And no man could make it. God made this, you know what I mean? You know, we don't have fallopian tubes and ovaries and uteruses and cervixes. Like, yo, that's a lot of elements in a woman's body. Way more than us. Right? There ain't really nothing to it with us. right? The male anatomy is some simple shit, right? Look at it. Urinary bladder, urethra, penis. There's nothing, you know what I mean? It's a whole complete different ball game. Completely different. You know what I'm saying? Completely different. So this just eliminates a lot of things and topics and conversations. This is how I go by. You know what I mean? So she doesn't have the elements. It's not what's on the outside, it's the inside. She can't help it. Like, these are things that when you do a surgery, why don't she eliminate all that and replace it with male organs? You know, you got woman organs and male organs. It's two different things, you know what I mean? So just wanted to share that everyone real quick. But salute to you. Shout out to insurance man. Salute to you. Shout out to Kara. Shout out to Ken Thompson. Chris says, salute Nate. To know if a woman can cheat and still respect a man after the fact. I wanted to know if a woman can cheat and still respect their man after the fact. That's two questions. Or is it just a delusion? Lies to spare guys' emotions. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. Wanted to you could have split that in two different questions, but I'm gonna go with your question. Can a woman cheat and respect their man after the fact? No. Because she can't even respect herself. She's gonna feel like shit. You understand what I'm saying? When a woman cheats, it affects her. With a man, it makes him feel better. You understand? Because when a woman goes out and steps out, she's not gonna respect that nigga. Like, she fucked him. She already fucked somebody. But we can still love a woman and still go fuck around and do us. A woman says he cheated on me. No, he fucked up. He played himself. She takes it personal. Got nothing to do with her. He could go out there with a condom, be in another neighborhood. The woman don't know nothing about her. And the woman's gonna be like, you cheated on me, you did me dirty, you betrayed me. She takes it personal. Well, that's her femininity. A real man is like, fuck that bitch. That bitch played herself. I don't want that hoe. See the difference? He don't even want to be involved with her because he like, man, fuck, that bitch cheated. I don't even want to deal with her. See the difference? A woman takes this. So that's why when a woman cheats on a man, her mentality is now she feels that she cheated. Now she's not gonna, how's she gonna have respect on her? Because if she respected him, she wouldn't have cheated on him. See what I'm saying? That's how they look at it. When a woman cheats or you cheat on her, she's gonna take it personal. So when they step out on a man, they stepping out, it's directed to him. You know, even though she fucked the next nigga, it's because she didn't respect her man. But if a woman respects her man, she ain't gonna step out on a nigga. Period. A man could still respect his wife and be like, all right, bitch, it ain't got nothing to do with you. I just want some new pussy. Two different anatomies. His mind is different. Yeah, he's a big baby. Yeah, he can't handle the truth. Yeah, he's a grudge holder. Yeah, when you could ruin his mind forever. But you know what I mean? Same with her. She's stronger. The woman is stronger in some mental capacity ways. Like they're able to hold the weight a little more than we can. They are. You know, you see a man that the woman left him with 4 kids. If he's a savage man, he gonna dip on the kids too. But on average, a woman is the one that, you know, she mentally could handle that a lot better than that we could. You know what I'm saying? She can. So respectfully, a woman cannot cheat on a man and respect her man after the fact. She's gonna look at him different. Oh my God, I'm such a slut. He's kissing me, he's loving me. Oh my God, like I don't even know why he would be with me. You know, like I'm. You know, she will even play herself to why he's even with her. You know what I mean? If she has any even more respect for him, but when a woman steps out on a man, is because she did not respect the man. Period. Unless a woman, case in point, let's say for a woman, like she gets beat up, the guy's beating her up and she's stepping out, then that's understandable. You're like, all right, good. She didn't respect the nigga, but she has a decent guy at home and she went and fuck somebody else. Nah, that's bad on him. Women believe that. They know it because that's why when a woman gets cheated on, she believes it's directed to her. That's why she takes it so personal. She'll pull her kids in there. Well, how could you cheat on us? I had one guy One of my friends, he's like a male pussy anyway, so he don't really count. But I'll give an example. He'll say to me, I couldn't cheat on my wife because it's like cheating on my wife and daughter. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, we get the fuck out of here. Like, no, when you're now his daughter's 13 years old, what's she gonna be thinking about now when she getting fucking these little young niggas banging her out? And he white, so they start early. But what are you gonna think? She ain't gonna be thinking about her father. And he ain't like a great father anyway. Ain't like he got a good relationship, but all he do is feed her and provide for her. He don't teach her shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when women get cheated on, it's so devastating, because they take it personal, because they know that when they cheat, it is personal. Women don't cheat because they just want some new dick. They cheat because, you know what I mean? There is not the line of respect for a man is down. You understand? So that's when she's ready. Fuck it. You know what? That's why she starts arguments. Oh, fuck him. I'm sick of him. I'm gonna go. I'll meet you at the hotel. I'll be there in an hour. You know what I mean? She's gonna come in with the attitude. Or even if she just like, yo, fuck it, this nigga's a clown. I'm gonna do my thing behind his back. He is a piece. He ain't going no fucking way. She doesn't respect him. A man, on the other hand, he gonna be like, listen, I mean, I love my wife. I ain't leaving her. You know what I'm saying? I'll get some new pussy. But when a man don't respect his wife is when he leaves her. That's when you don't respect her. When they get to the point of like, he like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna leave her. We're gonna build this house down here in Alabama. I'm gonna leave this bitch. That's different. You know what I'm saying? But a man got to go through extreme measures to feel that way. But yes, we can still cheat on a woman and love her. You can't. You cannot cheat on a nigga and tell me you respect him, man. You can't. That's just your anatomy. All them different elements I just showed you in your body plays a part. They all in accordance and they work with each other, and it makes you fucking bugged out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DJ Chocolate. Ken Thompson said, what do you think about a wife who takes an international trip with her stepdaughter? That sounds like a good question. Hold on. What do you think about a wife who takes an international trip with her stepdaughter without the husband, when there's a vow to never fly internationally without each other? There is a vow, absolutely. That depends. You know what I'm saying? That depends. That depends, because the wife could just be trying to win the daughter. You know what I'm saying? She could just be trying to win the daughter, bring her on a girls' trip. Y'all can shoot the questions if you want before I leave. You know what I mean? Oh, it's her real daughter. My fault. It's the husband's stepdaughter. Oh, it's her real daughter? Ooh, okay, that changes things. Okay, so what do you think about you take a wife with the daughter without the new husband? Yeah, that's a little shitty. That's a little shitty. Bad enough as the stepdaughter. He ain't even a real father. Y'all niggas is going on international trips. Yeah, that's a little fucked up. Yeah. That's a little fucked up. And you know what the thing is with that real daughter? She gonna ride by that mother. Oh yeah. So if the mother got another situation in England, she ain't gonna tell shit. You know what I'm saying? See how quick that changes? If it was the stepdaughter, it'd be different. I would be like, fuck it, ain't no big deal. She could still use the excuse as a girl's trip, but not when it's not the real father. That's the stepfather. So that's something's fishy about that. The wife takes an international trip with her daughter without the husband, which is not his daughter, it's his stepdaughter. That's a little that's a little fucked up. That's a little fucked up. Yeah. I know where they're going with that. Oh yeah, I know where they're going with that. Yeah. They already went there, you know what I mean? They went there already. That's the funny part. Because you got to think about it like this, right? Now listen, if I want to date a woman and she has children, I don't have a problem with kids, but grown boys, I do have a problem. Yeah, fuck that. Grown daughters, I could deal with a little more because they girls. I could, you know what I mean? I could handle them. But that boy, listen, number one, if the father was in his life, we wouldn't be in this position anyway. You feel me? Well, he takes the kids and he has a good relationship. I said, not the same. If the son was living on his own, it's different. Not when he living there. That's a risk. Boy is different, man, because boys are very feminine, man. Boys can be very feminine. They don't have femininity because obviously they their male elements don't allow that, but they have a lot of feminine ways, man. Nah, I can't deal with that. That's why that movie Baby's Boy was a good movie. I went over a lot of niggas' heads, that movie. Niggas just took about, oh, that's why you got to move out. No, it's baby's boy is different because you got to remember, it's like this nigga was dealing with a real nigga. Period. Nigga had a real nigga in the house. Snoop Dogg played the bum ass nigga in the movie. I didn't realize that, but it wasn't just Jody. It was, well, Tyrese. It was Snoop. Snoop was the bum nigga. He was the real fucking bum in the group. Because a lot of black women had niggas like that. Y'all fucked up neighborhoods bringing niggas like that into y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why the landlord don't like to rent. You be better off renting to a black man than a black woman, because you rent to a black woman, you don't know the type of man she gonna bring in the fucking neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? That's the risky part. Y'all be like, oh, I don't want no black man. You don't want no black man. What he gonna do? He gonna bring other women there? That ain't no big deal. It's the black woman. Next thing you know, she got that shithole coming in there. He ain't working in it. Hanging out in the daytime and the homies. No. That movie had a lot of things that went over people's heads, man. You want to do a good study with me? Watch Baby Boy. Excellent movie. That movie was a clash, man. That shit went over a lot of niggas' heads because they just was attracted to, the woman was attracted to Jody and homegirl, the girl, the actress's name. You know what I'm saying? That shit went over a lot of niggas' heads, man. That movie was fantastic. So you got to think about the elements, man. It's different. Like, never tell a man something and feel that you got to live in your truth. You know what truth we want to know? If you married or not. That's all. You know what I'm saying? That's some shit we just don't want to get jammed up. We gonna fuck you anyway. We just don't want to get caught out there and a nigga kill us. That's the only thing you got to tell a nigga is if you married or you got a crazy ex-boyfriend. That's the truth you should tell a man. Absolutely. Because a lot of niggas die like that. But the truth of, if she had told me she was married, I would have never dealt with it. We don't talk like that. Like, bitch, we would prefer you would marry, because it makes us feel even more barbaric fucking a married woman. We tell you married, we probably ain't gonna get the ass. You know what I'm saying? Big difference. Shout out to C.D. Nichols. I'm telling you, man, that was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful movie, man. Seriously, if you want to sit back and do something on this Saturday, watch Baby Boy and see what I'm talking about. Everything in that movie, listen, let me tell you what's so great about this movie. They were showing you how a black woman's loyalty can have a man destroy her fucking life. Whether it's having that boy that don't want to leave and ain't doing shit for the mother, right? To the bum ass jailbird that moved in, or the jailbird nigga that moved in and shut shit down, which was Vin Rhames. Vin Rhames is the man in that movie. Okay? Snoop was the pussy nigga. You kick him out, now he gonna get all his blood and Crip niggas. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of elements in there. And at the end of the day, the kid was in the middle of all that shit. Now the kid grow up and seen all that trauma. Now the kid's gonna be traumatized. Trauma is a short version for traumatized. Like, I seen shit I shouldn't have seen when I was a kid. I seen my father beat up a lot of niggas, fuck up his sister's boyfriends, throwing niggas down the stairs. I seen some bad fights. So I try to shield my daughter away from that. You know what I'm saying? I hate when my daughter got to see me scream on a nigga, but now I remember my father getting on a lot of niggas growing up too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got to watch that shit. I'm telling you right now. Like, that shit is... Shout out to L. You got to... Baby Boy is a really good movie if you want to do your research on the anatomy of a woman and male. That black woman, I'm telling you, she's weak. She's weak for love. Black women are weak for love than any woman on earth. They're weak. And the black man is more weak because he's sensitive, because he wants love. He just masked shit up in all that goddamn tattoo and jail shit. That's how he masks his shit, you know what I'm saying? But black woman, they'll do anything for love, man. You want to kick game on a black woman, just tell her, I'm looking for somebody to love. Fuck the bullshit. You could meet a lesbian and tell her that. Listen, right now, the only thing I'm looking for is to love one woman. They're going to be like, oh my God. That's the best game you could tell a woman. Fuck the truth. Fuck the game, the cars, the jewelry. I'm looking to love one woman. She could be rich and be like, God damn, I think I found the right one. I'm telling you. You know? So don't tell a man the truth, man. Stop doing all that. Just listen. Just listen. Let him talk. The more comfortable he gets, the more he tells you any fucking way. Just, when it gets boring, ask a question. Shoot, when he tells you to tell me about yourself, there ain't really much to tell. Just trying to survive in these streets, trying to get to my dreams. Well, what dreams are you looking to do? Well, I want to be a nurse. Okay. What are you doing about that? He don't really give a fuck because he all trying to get some ass anyway. But you just hope that you have a connection, because when you do work, you unless I have a reason to stay in New York, I may just move to Texas. You give him a hint just in case he knows somebody that works in medicine that you could put you on. Again, if he could upgrade you by a connection, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? It's on you at that point, because if he puts you on, then fuck it. I mean, is he deserving of the pussy? He put you on. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nigga put you on to a better situation, and it wouldn't have happened without meeting him. Yeah, why not? You know what I'm saying? Don't tell him that. Just have it in the back of your mind. If the nigga don't open his mouth and say nothing stupid, I may just give him some boom boom. You know what I mean? Because the nigga helped me without the intention of getting the ass. He helped me before I gave him pussy. It's a big deal when a man helped you before you get the ass. Okay? I know they tell you, well, I'm gonna help you when I get it. No, don't do that. Don't do that. You'll never get it. Don't do that. So he's not as masculine as you think, okay? All that beard shit and tough guy, and I've been to jail and it was nothing, and yeah, okay, whatever. That don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if he had a real man teach him, he would have never went to jail any fucking way. Why would he want to be in there with all them niggas and dicks? That's disgusting. Okay, all they doing when they come, what's the first thing they do when they get to jail? They tell you to strip and spread your ass open. I mean, come on now. I mean, if that ain't introductory to fucking damn homosexuality, I don't know what is. Okay, that's the first thing he tells you to do. If any man is a CO and he gay, he got a good job. All he got to do is see niggas spread their ass all day, dicks, ass, niggas walking around naked doing push-ups. He's in. Think about it. That's fucking goddamn ecstasy for a gay nigga. So why would a man want to put that out as something he would brag? If I went to jail, you would never know that. I would never tell him. I would be ashamed. Because the first thing I'm gonna think that he was fucking another man. Well, even your boys have been in jail? Yep. Even them. I ain't gonna put that shit past anybody. Whether you was with a manly looking nigga or a man that look like a bitch, I wouldn't put it past you. Okay. All right. Shout out to RJ. RJ says, so if a woman's gonna tell a man the truth and he gets hurt, shit, she just leave because he's gonna hold a grudge against her? No, don't tell him the truth. So if you do tell him the truth, you fucking blew it. So you gotta leave. Because he ain't gonna let you live that shit over. In other words, you can fuck up and you could tell him you don't want to talk about it no more, and you ruined it because you told him the truth, right? So if he gets caught cheating and he tells you, bitch, we ain't gonna talk about this ever again because I'm out, he has a better chance of getting away with it, because you could deal with that. Your nature can deal with it a little better. Yeah, he cheated once, but one more time he's out. Not him. You understand? Because either way he's fucked. He's gonna either leave you because he can't handle it, right? Or he's gonna stay with you because he accepted it. So you know what I mean? Either way, it's not good for you. You know what I mean? So if you tell a man the truth and he gets hurt because you didn't listen to me, you need to leave, because he's gonna hold a grudge against you for life. Not only against you, any woman that deal with him is fucked, because he coming in with a grudge. Because RJ, for example, fucked me over 10 years ago, and now I want woman to bring something to the table. Now he gonna want everybody to bring something to the table because you fucking hurt his feelings. You gotta remember, when the man tries to fight his femininity, so you bring him to his feminine mode in life when you hurt him. Okay, when a man is hurt, he's in his femininity zone. All right, you understand, because you're feminine. You're a woman by nature. So your femininity, his feminine. He doesn't have your femininity because he doesn't have the anatomy of a woman, but he has the mindset. Now he's hurt. You're not gonna forget it, and he damn sure gonna be worse with it, because he's not supposed to be that way. feel what I'm saying? So it's already a chemical imbalance. So if a woman tells a man the truth and he gets hurt, you got to leave. That shit is done. So don't tell him the fucking truth. Fuck him. You know, you fucked a few niggas behind his back, big deal. You know, if you want to call it karma because he leaves, well, let it be karma, just as long as he don't know that you fucked them 4 niggas that year. Never, ever, 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 ever admit to fucking another man. Ever. If there's a truth because you stole from him, you stole from his mama, what do you think? You're going to tell him that? And he's going to hold a grudge because he's not going to forget it. So he's never going to forgive you. The only way you're going to forgive somebody is to forget. Something's forgotten, it's forgiven. When the federal government wipes out some shit that you did, that means they forgot it. Like, nigga, we wiping this shit out. You cooperated. We appreciate you. We wiping this shit out. It's forgotten and it's gone. There's no link to it, right? But if there's going to be on your case in your history, then it's not going to be forgiven, so to speak. It's still there, but you did your time, whatever. But moving along, you know, you should never stay with a man after you told him the truth and he gets hurt. That's it. The relationship is fucking toast. Marriage is toast, everything. I don't care how much he acting like that shit don't bother him. It does. And if it's cheating, forget it. Let's say he's the real man. He loves his kids. He don't want to leave them. It ain't going to work. You ruined it. Because well, Nick, was that ruined because you cheated? No, you ruined because you told them the truth. Don't tell them the truth. You ruin a family like that. Don't tell them nothing. I don't care how much he told you. Well, I disagree. Don't listen. I want to know. You want to know that you know. No, your truth is different. You could barely handle it as a woman. Don't ever tell a man the fucking truth. Okay? If you get caught and you got the dick in your mouth and you in the bed, then that's different. Now he caught you red-handed. There's nothing I could do about that. You know what I'm saying? But now he's finished because he's seen it. That's why they cover up people when they die. The people can't handle that shit. That's you got people that are trained to handle that. You know, they got to go to school for that. Like, yo, you could look at a dead body, and you ever see a person that looks at a body shot, head blown off, they don't even winch. They don't even make a face. But you can't just have a person dead on the floor like that without covering up, because that could traumatize people. So a man, he gets traumatized, especially with his woman. You know, a man could have fucked you 40 years ago. You could have been his ex-girlfriend in the 1st grade. He will never forget that. And if you hurt him in the 2nd grade, he will never forget that. I never forget that she did me dirty and took my little Snickers bar. Boy. You know, so same thing I told you, whether it was JT Taylor from the group Kool and the Gang, or whether it's this asshole I know over here in Queens, New York. You know, niggas is just bitches like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm aware of it. As a man, I'm aware because my father already prepared me for that. You know, some niggas like, I ain't gonna hit that nigga up. He ain't gonna pick up. Fucking hit him up. Yo, what up, nigga? Yo, you good? He ain't hitting back. You know, you got to take it like that. That's why they tell you, take it like a man. You know, take it like a man. Write that down. Take it like a man. That's what I should have named the damn video. Take it like a man. But a lot of niggas ain't taking like a man no more. JT Taylor took the sucker route out. He ain't fucking, you know, he should have been screaming. Y'all, yo, after I got, well, I would have been like, yo, you niggas are some real pussies, man. But I'll get you. And that's all. You know, fucking, you know what? The best revenge is success. All right? You know, we're going to all work together, get this money, and then one of you niggas probably going to die before me anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would have did it. But this nigga went the bitch route and told the story 40 years later talking to Quest. That's how they do. They sit there and, you know, you see when you get them comfortable. You see Quest did. They get them comfortable. See, Nori, he don't know how to do those interviews. He be talking too much. Let them get comfortable. Let them get comfortable. They tell you their whole life. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chris. Too much truth, man, especially if you get cheated on, made my mistake of trying to work things out. Yeah, man, fuck that. Don't work that shit out. Let me tell you a story, Chris. Let me share the story with you before I leave. I remember, right? So years ago, man, there was my first love. Oh my God, I loved her so much. Clearly, she was my first love. And quick story. She was cheating on me. And a lot of men have a hard time admitting that because it makes them look like they're desensitized. Nah, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, but it's all about how you deal with it. And her homegirl actually looked better. I wish I had fucked with her, but anyway, she was telling me how the girl was. She used to put me on. Her homegirl used to put me on. That's why I was always get good on the homegirls. I always got cool with the homegirls and the female cousins, because once they like you, they tell you everything if there's some shit going on. But anyway, it wasn't like I didn't know she had a little shit with her, because I took her from a nigga, but we ended up getting serious. My pops used to always tell me that. He said, "Junior, don't let no woman suck on your dick. Don't let her suck on your manhood." I said, so he said, "What do you mean by that, Dad?" So it's your manhood, man. She could ruin you, man. You come and she keeps sucking, you could bleed and lose your manhood. He used to always tell you, one thing I never do, I never ate a woman's out. No woman could ever say I ate their pussy, and I never let a woman suck on my dick. He valued his jewels. He called it his joint. But anyway, I took the route, and I did, I said, fuck it, let me, like this one, she used to suck my shit all the time. All in the car. Oh man, so excellent sex. She was Jamaican, nasty ass thing. But oh my God, she was disgusting. And I loved it. I used to be like, wow. He said, yeah, you like your Uncle Charlie, because my Uncle Charlie, he said he was the freak of the brothers, right? So long story short, we had an amazing sex fucking relationship. I believe I fell in love because the sex was so good. She was beautiful, all the above. We used to fuck anywhere in the park, anywhere. When you young, you horny, you fuck in the park, the car, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time I was fucking in the park and there was this bum looking at us. I went screaming on this nigga, "You fucking bum ass nigga." That was dirty. I call him a bum. So anyway, right? So anyway, she was seeing this dude. She went out to this club called the Cafe Wa. And I remember that night, man. Boy, oh boy. I tried to make a movie on this because I remember it so well when I just visualized. And anyway, her girl put me on and what was going on, this, that, and the third. Like she went on a date with this nigga. And anyway, we broke up, right? Like, because I did some real fucked up shit. Like, I spit on her. Like, you know what I mean? I remember we had this big fight, right? And I was like, you stinking bitch, whatever. I was leaving our house and I grabbed my shit. She was like, your mother. And I said, a man say his mother, you like, you my mother. And I went up there and I spit at the bitch. So I was like, you nasty bitch. And I fucking ran out the house, I got in the car. And I remember going home. I was like, oh my God, my father's going to be terribly. Long story short, I think my mother's father was somewhere else. I think it was in South Carolina. I remember telling him, he said, "Oh, Junior, never spit on a woman." And the reason why I did that, because I seen my father spit at a toll collector many years ago. I never forget, he spit at a toll collector and he spit at a woman. So my father he was a foul nigga with that, right? I remember he spit at this woman in a store, and I was a kid. I never forgot. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that one fucking. You know what I mean? That's how we are with our fathers, right? So I see mom. So anyway, we broke up because of that. Now, mind you, I didn't really catch her. I just went on a whim of what I heard, right? That's why you got to watch what women tell you. And that wasn't the icing on the cake. So anyway, she went to Florida. I remember I paid for her to go to Florida because she wanted to see her mother and father. And I was wanting her to take the trip because I remember how much her parents adored me. So I'm like, well, maybe they go out there and let them know, because I was trying to get it back because now I fucked up. Remember, whatever she did, I didn't have concrete evidence because she wasn't fucking a nigga. They went on a date. So I remember she went to Florida, right? And when she got back, I remember I talked to her on the phone, and I was like, how's your mother and father? And she's like, I said, well, you told your mother then what happened? Yeah, I told them. You know how women gonna tell them. So she told her mother. I think I told her. She told her mother. It wasn't the father. She told the mother, and it was the stepmother at that. And then she told the mother. I said, what your mother say? She called her mom because her mother, her stepmother wasn't in her life. So she said, a man that doesn't love you would never do that. A man that loves you would never do that. Something to that effect. And I was like, oh, fuck, the mother. Oh, damn, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, man. So I was already fucked now. I was like desperate because I'm like, damn, my pops is already disappointed. I played myself. He didn't teach me to do that, but I watched him do it. You know what I'm saying? See, that's why you got to watch what you do around kids. So that would listen. The only reason why I spit at her because I never hit her. So I thought like, well, shit is better than punching her because my emotions are so crazy. I never thought of balling a fist and hitting a woman. So my thing was, but I was told from my mother she said, you would have been better off hitting her because it's worse to spit on somebody. I still didn't understand that shit when I was younger, but I understood as I got older because how nasty and disrespectful it was to how a woman's going to perceive that. So either way it's bad, but they said that. But I didn't have the desire. I never seen my father beat up a woman. Feel me? So I never was a woman beater, or I wasn't raised by my mother without my father, so I never tried to hit him. So the spitting part was some shit I seen I was wrong, and I was fucked up. So anyway, moving along. When she got back from Florida, I remember I couldn't find her for a couple of days, and she didn't let me pick up from the airport. So then she was talking. I said, what happened? She said she got something to talk to me about. I said, oh shit. So I'm like, what happened? She said, things are not the same. And I'm like, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? So she said, I said, what are you saying? Like you seeing somebody else? She said, no. I said, did you have sex with somebody? And she ain't say nothing. Right? I was like, oh shit. So then I said, why did you do it? She said, to get my mind off of you. And my heart dropped. My heart dropped. I was like, oh my God. The worst feeling ever. So I was like, oh shit. Because now I knew it was real because she admitted it. So I said, who? And then she couldn't tell me. She said she ain't gonna tell me who it was. And I tried to get back with her. I tried to I fucking. Matter of fact, this shit happened literally 30 years ago. Because it was Martin Luther King's birthday. I remember that. As I'm talking to you, I remembered it because I remembered Martin Luther King. So anyway, there was a day off of work. I remember we was catching the ferry boat. I put the car on the ferry. We was in the car, and she was in the car with me because you was able to ride the ferry. So we're coming from Manhattan into Staten Island. I remember I was like, damn. Now my pops already knew everything that happened. So I remember we got back to the crib, whatever, little young people and shit. And I remember I think I had sex with her. It just felt terrible, like something didn't feel right. And my pops came to me later and said, man, I heard you got back with that girl. I remember he opened the door. I will never forget this as long as I live, man. And he said, I said, yeah, we're trying to work it out. Same shit you said, right? Trying to work things out, right? And he said, it ain't gonna never be the same, Junior. It ain't gonna never be the same. And he closed the door. And I remember it was Martin Luther King. I don't know if it was the day or the day after. And I remember I remembered I visioned her panties on the floor. And I was like, man, I wonder if those are the same fucking drawers. Imagine she had her panties on the floor in that nigga's house. Whatever it was, the panty. I remember looking at her drawers. She used to wear beautiful fucking underwear. Always had nice shit from Victoria's Secret. And I couldn't handle it. I flipped out. And I ain't been with her since. I fucking left her. So at least I knew when he said that, I knew I was done because my father was like, he instilled that, but even more so because even as much as I try to make it look positive, he said, he knew it ain't gonna never be the same. And that was that. Yep. So, that's one of my most powerful stories I could share with you. You know what I'm saying? And, he said, yo, Nate, what about getting jumped? Your pop saying, come back until I beat your ass. Well, my father's thing was, it was different. I was more worried about, if a nigga jumped me, I was more worried about them. Because he gonna come over there and kill every fucking body. So I had to whip a nigga's ass because number one, I wasn't no pussy. Because I seen how he was, and it was apple don't fall too far from the tree. But when I did go through some shit where niggas robbed me, I remember my father was at the bus stop, and I did not tell him until this day. I never told him. No, I told him later. Excuse me, much later when I got an adult, but became an adult. But I didn't want him. I was worried about the kids on a bus. I was in middle school. I will never forget that because I knew what he would have did to them. And I didn't want to be, you know what I mean? I didn't want my pops going to jail and he gonna kill these niggas, you know what I'm saying? So, Yeah, so that was a deep story, man. And I'm telling you, man, that was the day I became a man. I became a man that day when I said, man, fuck this, because I couldn't handle it. It was not only was it, he confirmed what I was feeling. And once he said that, I said, yep, because I was struggling with it. Now that I had her back and we trying to work things out, everything was off. It didn't feel like nothing. So I know myself. I'm like, nah, you know what I mean? Like, was it the truth? Well, again, if I didn't know, I don't know. What I don't know what hurt me, you know what I'm saying, is what I know that hurts me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you gotta understand. So that shit is real. You know, shout out. No woman in my past, present would never ever say that to me. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. But I tell you one thing, I did respect her for telling me what I wouldn't have known, because you know what I mean, I would have been a laughing stock. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta think on that level too. I actually respect that on a personal level, because the best thing a woman could ever tell you, if she gonna tell you that she cheated, is that. You know, because if she, you know, because I fucked a few women in my lifetime. I mean, wives too, that screwed me because they wanted to get their mind off their man. It's just like, damn, sucks being him. You see what I'm saying? So if you know your girl's a hoe and it comes out, then fuck it. Like, yeah, it's the truth and it will destroy you, and it's in your mechanism and you never forget about it. But you will appreciate the fact of, hey, I wouldn't have been who I'm with right now. You know what I mean? Like, my father always raised me to have a lady as your wife, period. So it's a big, big difference. You know, you can't be, you know, marrying that slut, you know, y'all doing all these freaky things, and next thing you know, it's just puppy love and you fall in love for the wrong reason. Now, if she was a jump off, it would have been amazing, but I wifed it. So yeah, shit was real. I'm telling you, I will never forget the way the door closed. I swear to God, I could see. He said, ain't gonna never be the same. And I remember he closed that door, and I felt like shit, because I was like, there it go. And that was it. I never will forget that. He said, once a woman cheats on you and you know it, that's it. He said, it's gonna never be the same. And he knew that pain. That's why he was so confident when he closed the door. He ain't closed it like poof. He just closed it real slow and walked out. As he's walking out, he closed it. You know what I'm saying? He said, hey, you heard you got back with that girl. You know, because my mother told, yeah, we working out. I said, I tell you, it gonna never be the same. Shut that shit right down. So I'm here to tell you that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a wonderful day. Again, be easy on that nigga. He's very, very sensitive, a lot more sensitive than you think. Okay. He's understanding the male. He doesn't want the truth. Okay. Get that out your mind. You know, he doesn't want it. Okay. Okay. He doesn't want it. I know you think you want it and he want it and people respect it as all bullshit. He doesn't want the truth. Because obviously, if it's the truth, that means it ain't good. You see what I'm saying? Nothing good about the truth. The truth hurts. So, you know, if you got the situation and it is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay, leave it alone and take that shit to the grave. All right. Trust me, spare yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful day. I appreciate you. You're very welcome, Chris. Stay powerful and appreciate the story. Yeah, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt, man. I mean, once I reenact the story, I think you appreciate it more. Once me and my YouTube wife, Green Vegan, once we do our thing, then you'll see, because that's what needs to happen. So once me and Green Vegan reenact these things, I think you'll appreciate it more, because you'll have the same visual that I had. And it's just very important to do that. You know what I mean? And I appreciate y'all. Salute. Um, yeah, my pops, man, no joke, man. I'm telling you. So take it from me. So the one thing you got to realize, ladies and gentlemen, don't share your goals. Share the what was it? Share the achievement. Write that down. Don't share your goals, share the achievement. Because you share your goals, you're gonna jinx it. But get to the goal and share the achievement. So I've achieved. So I'm here. I'm sharing achievements here. You know what I mean? I'm just sharing what I was blessed with to give to you. So run with it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Liv. Thank you. You know what I mean? So you have a beautiful day, man. Much love. Peace.